What's going on, dreamers, and welcome to another episode of Dreaming Out Loud. In this episode, we'll be talking about this game right here, which is Ooga Booga. Now, if you guys have been around the channel for any length of time, you'll know that this is one of my favorite games on the console. You might be able to tell by the fact that I have a developer-signed copy of the game, which is probably the only one in the world because I'm such a huge fan of this game. But this game is so much fun. It's definitely in my top 10, if not my top 5. In fact, I think it is in my top 5 Dreamcast games video that I did a long time ago. If it's not, it's definitely in my top 10. I'd say this is probably in the top 2 of my favorite online Dreamcast games. Worms World Party being number 1, Ooga Booga being very close behind. And I'd say the main reason why this is up there, and if it wasn't for this particular mode in this game called Boar Polo, it might not be that high, but Boar Polo is definitely the highlight of this game, which is a bit strange because I think it's a secondary mode, something that the developers threw in later on after thinking up the original mode, which is Smackahuna, which is the default mode that I'm sure most of you have played, but Boar Polo is kind of the secondary mode in the game, and to me, it's really the big draw to this game, especially if you play this game online. As an offline mode, it's okay against CPU players. I suppose against split screen, against actual human opponents would be just as fun, but in the online mode, playing with 4 players online on Boar Polo is an absolute blast. Now, if you don't know what Boar Polo is, think Rocket League, except replace the cars with boars and replace the ball with a boulder, and you have yourself Boar Polo. It's such a fun game. I like Rocket League, don't get me wrong, but Boar Polo far exceeds it in just about every way, especially when it comes to chaos and mayhem. Because in Rocket League, you can never leave your car. You're basically, you are the car. I don't even know if there are drivers in Rocket League. I forget now. You might actually be the car. So you can definitely never leave your car. But in Boar Polo, you get knocked off your boar all the time. You can get pelted with shrunken heads. You can get smacked by sticks. You can get blown away by a tornado. There's just so much that is going on in this game. Half the time, you have no idea what just happened. It's just so much fun, so much chaos and mayhem all the time. There's never a dull moment in this game, and that's why I love it so much. It's an absolute blast to play with 4 players online. Smackahuna is great, but Boar Polo is definitely the highlight of this game. Ooga Booga to me is one of these games that really defines the Dreamcast. It's a game that's so unique, so fun. It's a game that doesn't fit a mold. It's a game all its own, and you're not going to find it on any other console. And I think that's what the Dreamcast did the best. It's a console that had so many unique titles, and I think Sega was at their creative peak when this game was developed. And I love it so much. If you've not played Ooga Booga and all you've played online is Phantasy Star Online, you are missing out. You really need to give this a try. You will not regret it. Get off PSO just for a half hour. Give this a try, especially Boar Polo. You will absolutely love it. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this episode of Dreaming Out Loud. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.